and welcome back to, I believe, episode 5 of
AYUP.
AYUP. Yes.
AYUP.
A Yet Unnamed Podcast for Glen Aubin. I'm Mistress Roz.
And I'm Dot.
We
are here to tell you all things Glen Aubin. Kind of,
because interestingly, we had a free weekend.
We did.
This past weekend.
And I hope people are using it to their advantage to prepare for Gulf Wars.
Well, you did some sewing.
I did do. I made last week. I told you I made curtains, so that was squares, and I Mistress Kathleen helped me do a couple of underdresses for coats like this, because you have coats and they're really nice, but what do you put under them? And I didn't have anything nice, and so sleeves.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yay, look at you sewing.
I know Mistress Kathleen was a lot of help. It took us a minute to get going, but it ended up getting 2 underdresses made. We got a pattern made. I got neck patterns made. I think I have one more tunic that I'm going to try and push out by myself.
Go Dot go. I believe. I'm a believer. I want to believe.
I want to believe too. But
you absolutely can. I know you can. I did a lot of sewing this weekend, worked on some armor repairs ahead of Fighters Collegium, finished those caftans.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just started. How's the inspiration? Are you going to try and push out anything else, or do you think you're done?
Yeah. Oh no, no. I am going to try to make about 3 more things of impossible natures, and just see what happens. If I get a free day, I am going to sew like the wind and see what amazing stuff I can come up with.
Right. Well, I don't have that in me, but I know.
Yes, you do. Yes,
I know I have time to do a tunic. And if I can make a tunic, then I will be extremely proud if I can do it by myself. But even if I can't, I'm happy with my underdresses and my curtains. They're squares.
We are going to share pictures of your curtains after Gulf Wars so that people can enjoy your fabulous Bruno curtains.
Yes.
So what we'd like for you to do is tell us what you've been sewing and creating for Gulf Wars in the comments below. What did you make? What are you working on? Are you working on those final touches to make sure your armor's ready? Are you making new garb? We want to know if you're making something for one of those themed parties that's going on at Gulf Wars. So tell us about it in the comments below.
It's going to be such a fun, exciting, a lot crammed into 5 or 6 days. Which is exciting. I've almost finished my kit. I figured out my knee problem. So I've got my knees settled. I've got my elbows settled. Those are my last 2 remaining pieces. And so I did shoot the crossbow.
That's good. Did you hit the target?
Well, it was grass. So yes. I didn't.
Yay.
I didn't shoot at anything. I just wanted to gauge how far it would go. And 2, to make sure I could cock it, and just to make sure that it was in working order and all that good stuff. So far so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So other things around the kingdom, new forms are coming out from the kingdom website. I know that both of us have been helping trying to recreate those in Google Forms. If those of you who may not know, the kingdom recently switched over to Google Suites for nonprofits. Yep. And all the officers got accounts and have access to these Google Forms. So we're working with the web minister and his deputy and the kingdom officers to create forms that hopefully better and
right. They will look different. They might operate different on our end, but it's basically going to be, as far as I know, the same information that you would have to put in on any of them. It'll just be a little bit easier on the back end after we get the data and things that we can do. It'll be a slow rollout because there goes a lot into it. I think we have posted the PayPal
form should be up now. I know that we were trying to get all the event forms together, the calendar reservation form, the event submission form. oh my gosh, what else did we work on?
The awards form. The
Awards
awards form looks way different, but I do think it's more user friendly.
And the officer changeover form,
Yeah.
and
And then the next one I'm working on is the OP, order of precedence, if there's a mistake or if we have to add something, that form, but that's going to be probably next week, maybe.
And I know that we're jumping on that, but we encourage all the Kingdom officers to look at that. And it's pretty easy. We'd be glad to help you. If you're not sure you can, just let us know and we can.
Oh, the Seneschal report form too.
Oh, so
that
yeah. So
I mean,
there's so many forms.
There's a lot of forms that we have. And so it'll be a slow rollout. But once again, if you are an officer and you have a form, reach out to us and either we can help you or
walk you through it.
Because it's not that difficult.
I was surprised because I'd never made one before, and I made one, and then I saw what Dot did for forms that had a lot more the need for a lot more information. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know I could do that, and blah blah blah. So that really helped me watching what other people did who have a little more experience than me, and it was fairly easy to learn. So.
Yeah, Google, the one great thing about Google, people like it or don't like it, but it's a fairly user friendly. You can't really mess up anything up, but we are doing a lot of trials before we get them out there. So any kinks or anything. So that's why they might be coming out slowly.
So thank you for your patience on that.
Yes, for sure.
Other new things that are happening from the social media front. So I'm going to put my social media hat on for a second. Society gave Glenavon permission to have a trial run of a Kingdom Spotify account.
Excellent.
So we're putting together some playlists, not only for like European balls, non-European balls. I know we've got a playlist for to get you in the mood for your next tournament, things like that. And we're open for suggestions. What do you think would be a good playlist for the Kingdom? My personal favorite is the camping ambiance. I am a big fan of ambiance, so you can listen to it. It's crickets and people talking and sounds in the background of camping noises. So not music.
I'm going to throw my suggestion for travel music.
Music.
Yeah, that's going to be mine, because going from point A to point B, I can only listen to so many smart list podcasts. That
would be interesting. What if we said this is Dame Dot's curated playlist for travel?
Yeah, we could do that. We could that would be kind of interesting. That gives us a way to. Now I'm going to tell you, I am the last person that knows anything about Spotify.
Well, I'm learning too, but I thought, how neat would it be to have like a playlist for our Kingdom? So
I think it's awesome. Can you see, I don't even know, is it a subscription? Do you pay for it?
You can get it for free. So there's a free version of it.
Oh, okay. And it just comes, I'm old.
So you do have to sign up, like put your email in.
Right.
But from there, then it's free.
And then they would search for at Glenavon on it. I guess we can post the
link below.
Link. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to do that. I know you've been working on this for a hot minute, and I know you're excited about it. And I'm like, and when you brought it, I'm like, I just now learned about Amazon Music.
Oh, Dot.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you a few favorite playlists.
Yeah, I know what a good CD is. Put it in there. Spin it.
Cool.
So I'm excited about that too.
I'll send you information on my MySpace and see if that helps.
Funny.
Oh, sorry. And moving on.
Yes, please do.
So coming up this coming weekend is, of course, the Kingdom level event, Fighters Collegium. Fighters Collegium is sponsored by the Shire of Dragonsville is the hosting group, but it's sponsored by the Chivalry and the Masters of Defense. Lots of classes have been posted in the event on the Facebook page.
Yep. It's a new site, so I'm excited to see the new site. It is in Mississippi.
Yes, and there's a few pictures posted. It looks huge.
It looks gigantic.
Space. There's lots of space. So fingers crossed for good weather. Since we are in the false spring moment here, I don't know what the weather's going to have for us.
No.
I rely on Sir Fergus to tell me that, you know,
And
I don't know.
you
But
know,
at this Fighters Collegium, it is your last chance probably to authorize for Gulf Wars, because there's no authorizations at Gulf Wars. So get it together. Time to get it together.
I'm hitting a deadline. I'm gonna be really close. It's gonna be tight for me. So I gotta do it. I got it, because I'm gonna be mad if I have to wait another year. So I wish there were more opportunities for combat archery,
Besides, you have to basically, it seems like you have to basically go to a war someplace.
Yeah.
And Gulf Wars is the only opportunity that's relatively close. Then you've got, I don't know, some of the other Inner Kingdom wars, like BAM or Benzik or War of the Phoenix.
Right.
And I'm going blank.
Well,
Lilies.
Estrella, is there still Estrella, or
That's
did that
War of
get
the
switched
Phoenix
over?
now. Remember Estrella?
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
We hope to see you all at Fighters Collegium this weekend. We might be doing some live recordings this weekend. We shall see what our connection is. So up next, as we said last week, we were trying to figure out sweater weather. And sweater weather. You can't just stop saying that. I love that. Sweater weather.
It's awesome.
It happened at, or whatever this was, happened at Swamp Romp is when it first came to light, and we tracked down the instigator. But I'm going to let him introduce himself, because apparently
that's where it all began.
Yes, exactly. So would you introduce yourself, please?
Good evening. I'm Lord Casimir Dragovic, from the Shire of Ardgrove. And apparently, most recently, commander of the Sweater Crusade.
And that is what we are here to talk to you about. So how did it all begin? What's the catalyst of this? We were both at Swamp Romp, and we saw kind of it taking place, but we didn't know the backstory.
I fully admit I was probably in the back, not paying as much attention as I should be. And the next thing I know, all these knights are descending to the front. So tell us what that was about, Lord Casimir.
So a little bit of backstory. It's very typical for people to mispronounce my name as cashmere, like the wool or the sweater material. And it happened quite frequently at Kingdom ANS, where we were having a tournament. And the Honorable Lord Alfred decided that he was going to make it a thing that if at any time a herald were to mispronounce my name as Kashmir 3 times in a row, he was going to declare a crusade. So it was a fun joke. It was always, every event we would go to, somebody would mispronounce my name as Kashmir, and he'd be like, "Oh, we're one step closer to crusade, one step closer to crusade." Well, at Winter Wonders, we had a guest field herald. His Highness,
His Highness
came down and field heralded for our rapier tournament. And sure enough, 3 times in a row, he pronounced my name Kashmir.
Wait. His Highness 3 times in a row mispronounced your name?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
So at that point, the Honorable Lord Alfred decided that you promised me a crusade. It's time for the Sweater Crusade. So he actually wrote out a declaration of war against His Highness that I had to read in court to declare the official Sweater Crusade.
Oh my God.
And the challenge was that we would assemble an army to face against His Highness and his champions for calling me a sweater material. And if we won, he would have to burn a sweater in effigy to make up for his mispronunciation. And if they won, I would have to wear a sweater of His Highness's choosing at the next event.
Oh, is there a
Ooh.
date and a time for this crusade?
So originally did not exactly have a date and a time, but since he decided that it was going to be a formal declaration of war, His Majesty decided that this was rebellion and that this rebellion must be crushed. So
As it should. Sorry.
we are meeting His Highness's troops at Fighters Collegium.
Oh,
Ooh.
that was
And
fast.
it seemed like a fun idea, mostly because we don't get a lot of in kingdom melee practice, so to speak. And with Golf Wars coming up, this was a good excuse to have a little fun, to have the sweater crusade, so to speak, and to give everyone a good chance at melee practice, even if it's just crushing us ragtag rebellion, so to speak.
So at Fighters Collegium, people have a chance to choose a side, so to speak, and
Yes.
fight either on the side of, tell me the sides again, will be His Highness, correct? Or their
Correct.
Majesty, the crown in the airs, and then your sweater rebellion. I almost didn't say it right.
Sweater.
Rebellion.
The Sweater Rebellion. Yes.
Okay.
So come Fighters Collegium, we don't have an exact time set aside yet. However, there will be 2 melees to decide the fate of the Sweater Rebellion. There will be both a rapier and a heavy. We have assembled an army of both that are going to be marching, as well as several others, including a couple youth that will try to pick some fights with some of the chivalry.
That's
And
awesome.
those that fight for His Majesty, he has promised various bounties on my head already for those that bring me in. And for those that fight for the rebellion, we have various loot available. And if you think that we were just a ragtag rebellion, so to speak, we've actually have a special treat. Any that fight for us, and we have several available, will actually be uniformed for the cause. We have several of our uniforms ready for those who wish to fight for all those whose names have been mispronounced.
Well, I think that probably at one time would be just about everybody. Well, mine's fairly easy, Christine. So I haven't had that one butchered too poorly, but and Dot, 3 letters, but that is one of the things that I love about the SCA when something like this happens and it turns into not only something fun for you and the Honorable Lord Alfred and His Highness, but then the whole kingdom can get involved, and it's something silly, but look at your accoutrement, look at your, you're all decked out. That's
pretty awesome. Yeah.
That's all I can say is mugs up to you, and
best
I'm
of luck. It was nice
will there
knowing
be
you.
Will archers be allowed to participate? Do we know?
Dot's asking that because she's hoping to qualify for combat archery and would love a target.
Yeah.
I do not know. I guess it obviously depends on the field, because if it's a standard kind of list field, we won't really be able to have combat archery. But depending on where they have it, what's available, if the other side would like combat archery, I'm sure there are some on our side as well who would like to put some arrows downrange, but we'll have to find out.
Well, that's awesome.
Well, and I am so glad to learn the history of what was going on, because I was feeling like a little slow on the uptake about what was happening. So I really appreciate you taking the time to come on and explain a little bit, show us a little swag for the sweater people. On your side, I'm not sure that His Highness could offer is what do they offer in their side? I'm just
anything a court
maybe
bearing,
we should
maybe here or there.
I know His Majesty has offered a custom gaming board and a bag of loot to whoever brings me in. So there is that. So if you're able to best me on the field of battle, he has offered a prize.
Oh.
So how does it feel to be a wanted rebellious leader?
It's going to be difficult sleeping Friday night, but we will see how it goes. It is, as they say, the price of the rebellion, so to speak.
Excellent. And if people would like to join the rebellion, do they need to reach out to you before Fighters Collegium, or can they just find you at Fighters Collegium? How is all that working?
Well, if they wish to fight as a mercenary, they'll need to make contact with us early. We have several mercenary companies that have signed on and negotiated what loot they require to fight on our side. But those that wish to join the crusade just need to show up, find any of us wearing one of these uniforms Friday night or Saturday morning, and we can get them set up and get them on the field.
That's pretty
Excellent.
Cool. Very cool. All right, Dot, do you have any more questions?
No, I think that's it. I'm interested to see how this all shakes out. I really wish I could have a sweater pun right now, but I'm just not that quick. There's got to be something we can insert in there. And maybe this will lay the mispronunciation of your name to rest. Maybe this will do it, and there will be no cashmere introduction. I'm sure there will be. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, Dot, if we were gaming, let's say gaming on that, I would I would bet on mispronunciations.
I think
no offense, Lord Casimir, but
it's all in good fun. I'm not too worried about it.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
It is a great idea, and I'm glad that you and Lord Alfred have thought of this and seeing this come to fruition. I think a lot of people in the kingdom are enjoying it.
Now, I don't have any questions, Casimir, but I will say I have been really impressed with what Ardenro has been able to do with their fighter practices, especially on the rapier front. Y'all had 10 rapiers at fighter practice yesterday. Is that correct?
Yes, yesterday we set a new high, including our youth that were learning. We had 10 total, as well as we've drawn a couple visitors from Anstiora that wanted to come up and see what we were about.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Y'all are doing a really good job of pulling people into those fighter practices. So nice job on that. I just wanted to let you know.
When is the next fifth Sunday?
Actually, let me look.
Oh, that was
you threw a hard question there, Roz.
That would be April 30th. So
April 30th is the
fifth Sunday.
I will make a note of that. We'll throw that out there.
We have some nice swag for whoever takes the championship for fifth Sunday for both heavy and for rapier that you get to wear around until the next fifth Sunday. So you get your name on a nice scroll that Mistress Cecilia makes. It looks amazing.
Very cool. Awesome.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I really appreciate you filling us in, and I can't wait to see how this all shakes out.
Thank you,
Lord Casimir. See you at Fighters Collegium.
See you there.
But that is all we have for right now. Dot, do you have any last words?
No, I think I'm pretty good. No, I think that's it.
AYUP, everybody.
AYUP.
We'll see you next week. Bye.